G'day, welcome back to the channel. My name is Peachy, aka the Frankston Flipper, aka Mr. Moneyball. We try and make every second count, every minute count, because time is money. And that's probably why we don't release 25 videos a week, because again, that's time that could be spent. Could be time spent making money. And look, I'm not monetized on YouTube because I don't put out that much content. Look at this reseller beard. It's come along quite nicely. You know, you don't want a thick beard. That's what I kind of realized. Thick beards, you kind of going towards Bin Laden type thing. We don't want that. You want more just the rugged look, and that's what we're kind of hopefully aiming for. People say, it's not rugged anyway. But anyway, we're going to go for a bit of thrift. We're going to try and find some good stuff to resell. We're going to try and make some profit. Because ultimately, there's no point bragging about a 90-day revenue and saying, oh, look, if I made $1 million in revenue based on my figures in 25 years' time, I'll have $150,000 a year. Again, cost opportunity. You're wasting your time if you're just making 30, 40, even probably $50,000. You want to be making good stakes from the start if you want to go full-time. That's my advice. Otherwise, you're better off just getting a normal job and doing this on the side. If you're not making 70, 80K a year profit, especially if you've been doing it for like 4, 5, 6 years, you're probably in the wrong industry. Let's get to the thrift. And it is a thrift time. The sun is slowly going down. We're hitting savers pretty late in the day as per normal because we're not full-time, so we don't have that opportunity to get there during the day when all the good stuff is coming out. But we're good. So we'll still find some good stuff, hopefully. We enter those magical doors. And we're off to the DVD department just to start things off to see what they've got there. And we did find this. It's like an Alien Predator type pack. It was new and sealed, which you don't always see that often. It was only about $8. And it goes for about 25, so we put that one back. Thought this Adventure Time box set might go for a bit more money than it did. Didn't comp up that well. And like Love a Child, this was sealed. That's why I was showing a little bit of interest in it. But ultimately, we put that back on the shelf. And Harry Potter, don't know what he's 1 to 4, maybe episodes 1 to 4, movies 1 to 4. We put that back too. Russell Coit, you got to love him. $6. I think that one goes okay, but couldn't be bothered. Entourage, great series growing up, or back in the day, but I think it's kind of died off a little bit. And also Summer Heights High. This is a good one, does sell quite well for $3. Could have picked that one up. I have picked it up a few times, but today we couldn't be bothered. We put it back on the shelf. After the books, we did find these Pokemon game, or not game guides, I guess, strategy guides. No, not even a strategy guide. It's just about Pokemon. The essential handbook for all those virgin people out there. You can tell the neighborhood how big a virgin you are by buying that game guide, but we'll put that one back. After the t-shirts, and John Cena t-shirt, but you can't see him on the t-shirt. Not sure if that's part of the joke or what. I normally do like WWE wrestling shirts, but not today. And also the Doors. It's just one of those generic Kmart type ones, but they still can go okay, but ultimately didn't buy it. This Def Leppard t-shirt did take my fancy, though. I just liked it. Liked the print. It's definitely not a vintage or anything like that. It's one of those modern ones, but it's a cool, modern looking vintage shirt. And I'm going to pick that one up. I'll take that one. That's coming home with us. The AC/DC one is not. They had this Harley Heaven one as well, which we didn't get. And a fake, I don't know what that was. It was trying to be Jurassic Park, but it actually wasn't. And some of these retro 18, first 18, whatever you want to call them, t-shirts go okay. But this Collingwood t-shirt, I think I'd seen it. The collar was all a bit meh, so we put that one back. And again, the police. There was another one of those first 18 Sydney Swans, New York Giants, Autobots, Transformers. Look at that. Frankston Tough. You know, we tell it as we see it, but other people we say stuff to, they fall in a hole. We say your business isn't going that great. They get all upset about it. They don't like the truth. Did pick up this Carlton Mitchell & Ness t-shirt. And ultimately, I did get a bit of trade with that. I traded that with Forest Finds Online. Christian did trade a Simpsons box set for that. One of the seasons, anyway. They had these fake jerseys. I think it was fake. Don't actually know. Didn't pick it up regardless. Real Madrid, I think that's it. Very small jersey, and this is just a definition of fake. Pretty much one of the worst jerseys I've seen. It's trying to imitate being a jersey. There's some good fakes, and there are some really bad fakes. That falls into the very bad fake category. And ultimately, we had a bit more of a look around, and we did find this Allen Iverson All-Star jersey, and it was a good price. And I think that is real. I'm pretty sure that is real. Hardwood Classics, and that was only about $6-7. We're taking that one home. That is going in the basket. Actually, I don't use a basket. Some people might say I'm a rookie, but it's more a superstition. I just don't like having a basket. These M&D beanies, the early ones go pretty good, but unfortunately most of these for about 7, 8, 9, 10, and not the 1, 2, which go for the bit of money. So we didn't pick them up. Even though if you bought them, you could probably sell them as a bit of a set. We didn't. So the board games, this Goosebumps stuff, a bit like Pokemon, I don't really get it. But Goosebumps, they had a board game. I don't really buy board games unless they're sealed, or I'm pretty confident everything is in the box. But look, that goes for some decent money. And onto the toys. They had these Harry Potter, not really Funkos, but they kind of resemble Funkos. They were in the actual showcase. Savers had these in the showcase for a couple of days and probably realised that they're actually crap. So they put them on the shelf. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, definitely want to get these. Maybe, maybe not. They're pretty crappy in all honesty. Thought this was like a Bratz, but it wasn't. It was just like I think it's a different type of Barbie. And they had this figure. Drew my interest. Couldn't work out who he was or what it was. And even Google Lens search didn't really give me much help. Spider-Man in the box was pretty cool. I do like seeing those figures, action figures in the box. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. And even these things, I don't know what they were. They were in little dome things. They had a Darth Vader. Pretty sure this is Darth Vader lightsaber. I think these go okay, but again, I just don't really deal with this sort of stuff. It's not my niche. It's not my go. So we put that bum back as well. And they, again, sealed collections of action figures, this type of thing. These weren't Jurassic Park dinosaurs, but they're like a good imitation. Maybe a good imitation, I don't know. They had this pretty cool looking Elvis teddy bear. I tried to get him to work. It says try me. I hit the button numerous times. Nothing happened, probably needs a new battery. There's a whole bunch of them. I think he plays one of the Elvis songs or sings it. Maybe would have got a bit of money for it, but couldn't be bothered. We jumped back in the car, all our goods, which I'll show you in a minute. Let's go. All right, I'm going to show you my finds. What did we pick up this week in the thrift? And the first thing we got, this is The Simpsons. I traded that Carlton Mitchell and Ness shirt that I picked up with Forest Finds Online. He gave me The Simpsons. I'm kind of slowly accumulating The Simpsons. Especially the latest series, and this is the 17th series, so one of the harder ones to get. And he got given a Carlton Mitchell and Ness t-shirt. Goes $50 new at Rebel, and the shirt had this like a new tag on it, but it did have a bit of a rip. That's probably why it was $7. But I think he's quite happy with this shirt regardless. I didn't know it was ripped, so that's yeah, that's just what happens sometimes. Video games, we picked up Star Wars on the PS2, the Lego. We picked up this, I don't know, Suzuki Racing. Some of these racing games go okay, especially if you bundle them. That will be a bundler. Smackdown, Shut Your Mouth, Know Your Damn Role, Hogan and the Rock cover. I'm not sure that goes okay. I just thought I'd buy it. Darksiders 2 on the Xbox. The old Wii Sports did all that during the week, so I'll start buying it again. I think I've got about 4 copies left. We did pick up a DVD. That's a sealed copy of the Goonies, and it was cheap. So I figure everyone loves the Goonies, especially those cool 80s kids. The cool 80s kids do it. And we also picked up a couple of seasons there of Murder, She Wrote. Angela Lansbury, she's going to be solving some murders, writing the book about it, and hopefully writing the book about making some profit off these DVDs. We got season, what do we get? Season 1, 2, 3, missing the 4th. We got up to 6. I think she's got about 20 series, I think. So we'll see how that one goes for us. Don't normally like picking up plush. Just don't know where it's been. Generally, kids own the plush, and you don't know what they've done to it, what chemicals are on it, what bodily fluids are on it. But I did pick up some, like, I don't know what they're, vintage collection, these two bears here. I don't know, they've got this really cool looking tag, so I'm not sure if they're worth much. They might be worth a lot. They might just look like they're worth a bit. So we did pick up these two bears. Looks like there's a guy and a girl. It's got a little handbag. I don't know, I think they go together, and we'll do those as a bundle. Don't know, well, I haven't actually comped these, but they do look like they're like something a collector of teddy bears would probably want, that style. But again, I'm not the plush expert. But again, I don't really buy it too often anyway. But I thought I'd take a chance on that just to see how much money, how much profit they can generate. If they do generate any profit, we'll see. All right, we'll go on to the t-shirts that we picked up. And the first one was this Rapture, which was an Eminem tour. So it's Eminem's 2019 tour of Australia. Doesn't actually comp up that huge, but we picked it up quite cheap. So there should be some profit in it. Pink, again, the Australian tour. Everyone says they like pink, so hopefully a t-shirt actually sells. That's the t-shirt there. That's the back of it, pretty colourful. It's a pretty big size, so a big unit hopefully buys that one. Australian Open t-shirt. It's about 12 years old, this one. So it's got Federer, Nadal, I think it's Serena Williams on there. So Australian Open t-shirt. We'll see how that one goes. Again, these t-shirts are all pretty cheap. North Face, colourful North Face. Someone's going to want that for their hiking. Surely, blank back, or almost a blank back. Pretty colourful, so if you do get lost in the bush, they can find you. Got a Game Boy, again, another big t-shirt. That's about a 3XL, just Game Boy on there. Again, cheap, more experimenting, seeing what people want. This one is a Atlanta Braves. This is a vintage Nike, Team Nike, so a lot of that Team Nike stuff. It is vintage now, and that's Atlanta Braves. MLB, I think, is on and running. Don't know much about it. Nirvana is a pretty cool t-shirt, not vintage or anything, but it's got that cool cover that people do like. Someone's going to want that. It's got the album, all the songs on the album on the back. I like that, that's cool. Vancouver Grizzlies, for some reason their stuff, it's kind of like, goes okay. And obviously they were in the NBA for about 5-10 years or something. They didn't do that well. They can't remember where they went to. They relocated to Memphis Grizzlies. They relocated to Memphis. Lance Armstrong, the guy that won 7, 8 Tour de France's, and of course, you know, he was juiced up to the gills. But Live Strong, his brand, Nike Live Strong. I think the actual cycle shirts go a lot better, but we got a t-shirt. I think hopefully if there's t-shirts go as well as the cycling shirts, we're going to be on a winner with that one, but we'll see. Sticky Fingers, I think this is like an Australian band, kind of like a Triple J independent one, but had some success at one point. And we picked up 2 of these this week. So Sticky Fingers, only $3. So again, see what we can make out of that. Friday the 13th, sold these type of shirts heaps in the past, so we'll pick up Friday the 13th t-shirts, and that one there is a bit gruesome. Hopefully with Halloween or something, or someone wants to wear that, pretend they're Jason. Like I said, another Sticky Fingers t-shirt, Australian band, independent. Didn't look like those Triple J type bands, kind of independent, kind of alternative, I think. Don't really know much about them, but I do hope they make some money. Another cool t-shirt. This is meant to be a small, looks like a large. It's like a Nike Flight t-shirt. It's got the Air Jordans, or the Flights there. I do like that t-shirt, that is pretty cool. Another Nirvana. This one here, it's just a generic one. Probably won't go that good, that's okay. Just that funny, happy face thing. And the notorious Conor McGregor. He's one of those Goat Crew t-shirts. Don't know why that's faded or meant to look like that, but people still love Connor. So hopefully that one goes okay as well. That is the t-shirt. Now onto the jerseys and the jumpers. We're doing one big hit today, but we also picked up this corduroy Bunnings hat. These go okay. That's pretty small. That wouldn't fit my big head. First thing we picked up, Essendon jersey. It's got that 3, which used to be a mobile phone service. I think they went to Orange. I don't even know who they are now. Essendon's got the number 19. Matthew Lloyd? Not sure. We picked up that Allen Iverson All-Star jersey. Pretty bland looking All-Star jersey, to be honest with you. Nothing too flashy about that, but I think he goes for decent money. This one I got home and realised it was a fake. It looked real. I didn't even check. It's a Ben Simmons, so bad enough me bought a Ben Simmons jersey, thinking it was a real jersey, but I didn't look at that. I did not look at that. I just looked at it and go, that looks pretty cool, feels real. That's probably what you call a good fake as opposed to those bad fakes. So not only did we buy Ben Simmons, he's probably one of the worst basketball players in the NBA, bit of an embarrassment to Australia, but we picked up a fake one. We'll sell that cheap. Manchester United, this one's a bit better. Manchester United, this one is real. Young, I don't know who Young is, but they made his jersey for him, and that is real, so that's pretty cool. Melbourne Storm. Okay, Melbourne Storm stuff really goes really well. It's pretty much one thing you guarantee is Melbourne Storm stuff does sell well, and that's a nice jacket. I think it's a kids one, big kids jacket, so again, doesn't really matter too much. I sell kids stuff, I sell adult stuff, I sell female stuff. If it's Melbourne Storm, generally it goes well, especially if it's got those sponsor logos on there. And now onto the jumpers. I picked up this cheap Country Road jumper. It does have a bit of a stain on it down the bottom. You can see that more discoloring than the stain. But it's one of those heritage jumpers. It should still go okay, but we'll see. And we picked up a White Fox Calabasa. Never seen this before. So we picked up a Michaela Testa White Fox thing in the past, a couple of weeks back. This is just a brown, so I'm not sure if brown's still in or not. For a while there, brown was considered cool, but my logic is if it's brown, you put it down. And on that note, I'll see you later. Good luck on the thrift.